Number 12 for us. We had a good day yesterday. Talked to our guys last night just about consistency. We talk about our kids every night. We sit in the staff room for an hour and go down through the depth chart. How would he play? And talk to our guys just about stacking days on top of each other. You see inconsistencies. That's what we're working on right now. Is you get into the dog days of camp, day 12. Going through the motions sometimes. Some guys, and then there's the consistent guys that. You see the same guy every day, and most of those NFL guys are consistent guys because they can put it together every day. And a lot of the guys that don't go to the NFL are guys that are up and down guys. So that's where we are.
Who are the most consistent guys?
Oh boy, I tell you, Phil Dracovic has been very consistent. You're not sitting here, looking at him going, "Wow, that was a terrible day by him." Above means has been consistent. Daniel Carter has been consistent. Sebo, I think, has been consistent. I think Matt Gonsalves has been consistent. Defensively, trying to think here. Shane Simon's been consistent. MJ been consistent. Maybe a little bit more inconsistencies on defense now that you asked me, Jerry. Trying to think of who else. And again, more. A lot of guys on defense, like Tyler Bentley has been consistent. And I think DeAndre Jules has been consistent. Again, is it every day? No. Some of those other guys I mentioned are every day consistent, but maybe out of 11 days so far, they've been 9 out or 10, and that's important.
Pat, you mentioned some names there, but at the beginning of camp, you said there were almost a dozen guys in the mix for that defensive line rotation. Who are some others that have kind of emerged throughout camp?
I would say D-line wise, I mentioned DeAndre Jules and Bentley and Devin and David Green. Those are guys. Sean Fitzsimmons, I think, has had a good camp. Those are guys that stand out in my head right now. I may have missed one guy up front, and then DNs. Dayon Hayes has been pretty good. The Kai Johnson has really stepped it up a little bit. Nate Temple's been, pretty darn good. He's been consistent, and knock on wood, he's been out there, which is the most important thing. He's missed, he's been inconsistent as far as just practicing through his career here. So we're praying he stays healthy. Those are the guys that stand out to me, at those spots. I would say top three DNs are Nakai, Nate, and Dayon right now.
In terms of the field safety position, when you think about knowledge and assignments and responsibility, is that one of the more challenging positions in this defense, or maybe the most challenging position in this defense?
Yeah, I always say that the long guy is the most consistent guy over there. He consistently comes and runs towards us and has no idea with his headphones in. The safety position, in my opinion, still is the hardest spot out there. It really is, because you're playing off man a lot, in our quarter system, and certainly the corner position is no easy job at all as well. But we ask all of our guys. To be great on defense and to have consistently put pressure on a quarterback and TFLs and have cause a lot of havoc on defense. I think it's about the details, and we could be looser and give everybody easier jobs, but we're going to easily give up yardage and touchdowns.
Between MJ, Marquez, and AJ, you got three corners that and can rely on and can roll in there. But who are some of the younger guys that you've seen kind of step up and maybe be the next guys that can help replace them at some point?
Yeah, I'll tell you, the two young guys that that we've looked at and really are night and day from where they were before spring ball and then even after spring ball is Noah Bigelow and Crumpley. Tamarian's, both those guys have come a long way as far as where they were prior to. And then Rylan Gandy. Gandy's, he might be the fourth corner right now. Crumpley and Noah are pushing the heck out of him at that spot and can beat him out if they want to. And then the other guy, just to give you a position move that we made here in the last couple of days, was we moved Javante Royal, who's had a lot of experience at corner. And we thought maybe he could help us on offense, but with those young guys emerging, it's kind of got on top of him. And Javante's going to give us more depth at corner as well. He had a nice pick the other day, and I think all the kids were happy for him. He had an interception on defense. Might have been his first ever. So Coach Taekwon Underwood taught him how to catch now, so now he's a better DB.
When a guy moves that much, do you worry about him getting a little discouraged? He's like in his fourth year now. He's been around.
Yeah. I'm worried about the coaches getting discouraged and him. It's his shot again, and I do worry about it. But we got to we got to do what's best for the team. Period. And I think that's the most important thing, is doing what's best for the team, and certainly I think that's what's best for the team right now. He can go be a scout wideout, or he can come help us on special teams. And he's also shown stuff that he can help us in special teams as well. So that's an encouraging thing. So obviously he'll get in more tackling drills on defense as he will on offense.
Pat, yesterday Frank said that he thought that the tight end room was the most improved from last camp to this camp. Would you agree with that assessment?
There's no question about it. Gavin, I think Carter Johnson was the most improved coming out of spring ball, right? And Gavin Bartholomew looks like a different dude right now. I mean, he's blocking his tail off. He's been impressive with what he's doing out there. So, we've been excited about what he's done.
You said yesterday that you want to see the defense make some more plays, especially like in the scrimmage when the offense was hitting on some deep balls.
Yep.
Have you kind of challenged them a little bit more over these past couple of days?
Yeah, I mean, we have. I mean, they had a great day yesterday. I mean, so then there was none. But, it's always going to be a back and forth. The offense has a good day, defense gets mad, and they step up. And that's the consistency that we're looking for. I got a lot of faith in, our coaches and our players at that position that, we're not going to have that problem. We've been through those ups and downs, and, we got 3 really good corners out there right now, and I feel comfortable with all those guys.
How much work you guys been doing in Wofford so far?
None.
When do
Worried
you-
about Pitt. Worried about Pitt and being the best Pitt team we can be going into. We'll start a little bit next week, but worried about Pitt right now.
How's the punter battle coming along?
It's going good. I think Junko's got the upper hand right now. I think, but it's a constant battle. I think we got 2 good punters right now that we can count on. So we'll see, and it may go into the season. It may go into the find out what happens first couple games and see who's going to be the gamer.
I was going to ask you that. I mean, just on the consistency topic that we talked about earlier, we watch punts. It's one of the things we can see. It seems like you got a fair amount dropping inside the 15, dropping inside. Are those guys being consistent with how they kick?
Yeah, we haven't done a lot of those, dropping inside the 15. We haven't done a lot of what we call sky punts, Chris. But we're just looking at spirals and different types of punts. But I just want consistency. Of a 4-point hoe and a 42, 40-yard punt. So those are what we're looking like. I would say maybe 2 days we've tried to put them inside the 10 is where we'd like it, not at the 15. But so we've worked a little bit of that, not a whole bunch of that type of punt.
Is that good?
You got a walkthrough coming?
Okay.
That turnover drill where you got the stick?
Got 9 turnovers.
Is that your
9 turnovers in a blister. But I got 9.
Is that your favorite part of camp?
Not really. I mean, if they finally get a little bit more ball security drill there, so I want to take advantage of the time.